Welcome to Sri Balaji Academy. Today we are all going to see about active voice and passive voice. What? Active voice and passive voice. Because நம்ம வந்து முன்னாடி வந்து ஃபுல்லாக we have completed all those tenses. Okay, so tense முடிச்ச உடனே நீங்கள் active voice passive voice கற்றுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டிங்க அப்படின்னா it will be easy for you, okay, to understand. இப்போ அந்த டென்ஸில் என்ன கண்டினியூஸ் இருக்குது, என்ன பர்ஃபெக்ட் டென்ஸில் என்ன இருக்குது, ஸோ யூ நோ ஆல் தோஸ் திங்ஸ், இஸ் இட்? ஸோ இஃப் அதர் ஆஃப்டர் தட் இஃப் யூ understand active voice and passive voice means that is too easy for you. Okay, so that's why today we are all going to see about active voice and passive voice. Active voice and passive voice. So before that you want to know what do you mean active voice, what do you mean passive voice, what do you mean active voice, what do you mean passive voice, that you want to know. Okay, so first you have an active voice here, is it? First you have an active voice. So active voice means, so the information that is telling by the one in a direct way, that is telling by the one in a direct way. ஒரு விஷயத்தை வந்து நீங்கள் நேராகவே சொல்கிறீங்க, ஆக்டிவாகவே சொல்கிறீங்க அப்படின்னா, so that is called as a active voice. So here the emphasis is given to a doer. ஓகே, டூயர் மீன்ஸ் அந்த ஒரு செயலை யார் செய்கிறாங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு தான் வந்து இங்கே வந்து பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுப்பாங்க. ஸோ இன் ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ் த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் இஸ் கிவன் டு டூயர். ஓகே, இந்த இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் இஸ் கிவன் டு டூயர். அந்த வினையை வந்து யார் செய்கிறாங்களோ அங்கே வந்து ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் வந்து எம்பசிஸாக இருக்கும். ஸோ ஃபார் பாசிவ் வாய்ஸ் விச் இஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் மீன்ஸ், ஃபார் பாசிவ் வாய்ஸ் விச் இஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் the action. So which is important here? Action is the important one. Okay, for active voice doer is the important one, for passive voice the action is the important one. So this is first one we want to know about active voice and passive voice. Active voice means which is for what we want to give more importance, for doer we want to give more importance. For passive voice for what we want to give important means to the action we want to give the important. Okay, so but here what means, the meaning of active voice and passive voice is same. So meaning of active voice and meaning is same. Okay, so நீங்கள் அதை ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் சொன்னாலும் சேமாக தான் இருக்கும், பாசிவ் வாய்ஸில் சொன்னாலும் சேமாக தான் இருக்கும். ஆனால் அதை எப்படி சொல்கிறோம் அப்படிங்கிற விதத்தில் தான் இருக்குது. ஓகேவா? ஸோ ஒரு விஷயத்தை நம்ம சொல்கிறப்ப அந்த வினைக்கு வந்து நம்ம வினையை உயர்த்தி அதை வந்து வினையை முதலாக வச்சு சொன்னோம் அப்படின்னா அது பாசிவ் வாய்ஸில் வரும். இல்லை அந்த செயலை செய்கிறவங்களை முன்னிலையை நிறுத்தி நம்ம சொன்னோம் அப்படின்னா அது ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் வரும். ஸோ தட் இஸ் த டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் பிட்வீன் ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ் அண்ட் பாசிவ் வாய்ஸ். And before that we have some rules to change active from passive. Okay, active, if you want to change any active voice into a passive voice means there is some rules. Okay, so rules number 1, what means the verb must be as a what? Transitive verb. So transitive verb, so otherwise you can't change that the sentence into a passive voice. Transitive verb means object. Transitive verb means object. The sentence which have an object, that sentence only you can change into a passive, otherwise you can't change it. And then if you have any sentence without object means that sentence you can't change into a passive, that sentence you can't change into a passive. For example, here I will write one sentence. Okay, I play football. I play football. I subject. Okay, play verb. So if you know the sentence patterns means the find out the transitive and intransitive verb is very easy. So here play is whether transitive verb or intransitive verb, that you want to know. How do you find that? I play football. So here what is the question? What do you play? So any answer, any object, give the questions like a what or the whom, like that means. So the what and whom, if any answer if any words give the answer for the question of what and whom means that is comes under the object. So here that is object. So this is followed by a transitive verb only, because here you have an object, so that's why we are telling this as a transitive verb. So we can change the sentence into a passive voice when the verb in a transitive verb. Okay, when the verb in a transitive verb. If you have an intransitive verb, mean you can't change that. Okay, you can't change. Then what you have means in active voice, then what is a rule means, the second rule, you want to concentrate on the tense. You don't change the tense. Don't change the tense. What are the tense we are using that tense only we want to use again. Okay, what are the tenses we are using that tense only we want to use that. For example, if you are using, if you have a present tense in that sentence, means while changing into a passive forms, that sentence must be in a present tense. Present continuous means present continuous la irundha maathirapi present continuous la da irukanum, past la irundha past la da irukanum change பண்றப்ப. tense la எந்த விதமான சேஞ்சும் பண்ண கூடாது. And then what you want to means, verb 3 form we want to use. Verb 3 form. Okay, so verb 3 form we want to use. Past part, verb 3 form we want to use. What is that? Past participle. Okay, past participle we want to use. The verb must be in a past participle. So when you are changing, when do you change that active voice into a passive voice? Then at that time the verb must be in a third form. And then fourth rule, we can change the words. We can change the words. Like what means, you can change. Okay, yeah, now I will write that. So you can change that as a what, like he will change as a him, he will change as a him, and she will change as a her, and them, he will change as a him, she will change as a her, they will change as a them, and then these, those, and then this, that, he, him, she, her, they, them, these, those, this, that, like that we have a lot. Okay, and we, us, yours, us, like that it will change. Okay, so in active voice, passive voice, we have a rules. So if you know the rules very well, means it is very easy to you to change that active voice into a passive voice. Okay, and then here in those active voice, passive voice, you can change only 8 tense only. Okay, so 8 tenses only you can change. Okay, you can change 8 tenses into a passive voice. Okay, you don't have a form for continuous tense. You don't have a form for continuous tenses. Okay, like that. And then the first tense, what you know, is it what? Simple tense. The first tense, what? Simple tense. So for example, if you have any sentence in a simple tense, means now we are going to see how it will change. First, the structure for that means, so if you have the structure like subject plus verb 1 plus s or es plus object, means, so how do you change that? So object will comes as a first, and then is, am, or plus verb 3 plus by plus subject, like that. Okay, and then first you want to remember all those things. So this is first simple tense only, simple present tense. Okay, simple present tense here you have means, for example, he reads a novel. He reads a novel. Here you have he reads a novel. Subject, verb, object. Because he reads. What do you read? Like that you can ask. So the answer is novel. Okay, so subject plus verb plus object. The first rule is what? The first rule what I told. So you want to change object as a subject. First rule was you want to change object as a subject. You want to change object as a subject. That first rule is object as a subject means object comes here. Okay, so a novel. A novel. Okay, then you want to find what kind of tense. What kind of tense? What kind of tense? Simple present. Simple present. A novel. Simple present means the structure is what here. While changing, how do you change that? So you want to add amsar. You want to add that auxiliary verb like amsar, and then verb 3 also you want to change. So amsar for present tense only. Okay, so if you are adding amsar here means there is no changes, because the tense will not change if you add amsar here means. So a novel is okay, a novel is. So the third form, okay, the third form of the verb, the root verb is read, the third form of the verb is read. Read. A novel is read, and then the most important thing is you want to add by before to the subject. By he will change as a him. He will change as a him. என்னென்ன நீங்கள் ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். வாட் ஆர் த திங்ஸ் யூ வாண்ட் டு ரிமெம்பர் இன் யோர் மைண்ட் இன் ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ் அண்ட் பாசிவ் வாய்ஸ் மீன்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூ வாண்ட் டு ஃபைண்ட் விச் இஸ் சப்ஜெக்ட், விச் இஸ் ஆப்ஜெக்ட், அண்ட் தென் you want to change object into a subject. You want to change object into a subject. So here a novel will comes, and then whether it is a present or past, like that you want to find. Present continuous, past continuous, like that you want to find. So here what you have? Simple present. So simple present means you can use am, is, are, like that, and then you want to add. Passive forms must be in a third form of the verb. So third form of the verb is read, and then you want to add by, and then subject will come as a object. The novel is read by him. The difference between these two things is the meaning is same. Okay, the meaning is same. The difference between these two is he reads a novel. Avan novel படிக்கிறான். Okay, the different here I told is it in active voice. The action, the importance is given to a doer. Okay, given to a doer. Okay, he reads a novel. Avan novel படிக்கிறான், which is comes in a first and which is getting a more emphasis that doer only. Okay, but here the novel is read by him. ஓகே, அந்த நாவல் அவனால் படிக்கப்பட்டது. இங்கே இதை வந்து நம்ம உயர்த்தி கூடுறோம் நாவலை தான். ஓகேவா? ஸோ இன் எனி ஒன் சென்டென்ஸ் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கெட் அ மோர் எம்பாசிஸ் மீன்ஸ் தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் அ பாசிவ், அண்ட் த டூயர் கெட் அ மோர் எம்பாசிஸ் மீன்ஸ் தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் அ சப்ஜெக்ட். ஓகே, தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் அ active voice. So this is for simple present tense. So like that, like if you have he does not cook food. He does not cook food, like that you have means here food is object. Okay, so then it will come as a subject. So this is second one, food. So here you have a does not. Here you have a does not. So negative form means the negative form you want to give. So not, and here does is simple present. Instead of does, if you have did means you want to add past form, but here you have a does form. Does is for present tense only. So the food is not cooked, because third form of the verb we want to use. Cooked by me. The food is not cooked by me. Sorry, if you have I here means you can use me, but here you have he. So him. The food is not cooked by him. So like that you have. Okay, and then does he purchase books. Does he purchase books? Does he purchase books? Then how do you change this question into it? Means here also you have a object. Does verb, he is subject, purchase, he purchased, that is main verb, and what? Books. So books comes as a first, but here you have a plural form. Here you have a plural form. So plural means we want to add or. In simple present tense you have a plural means you want to add or books purchased by him. Your books purchased by him. So does he purchase a books? அவன் books வாங்கினானா அப்படின்னு கேட்டது active voice, because that is direct statement. அந்த புக்கெல்லாம் அவனால் வாங்கப்பட்டதா? ஓகே, அந்த புக்கெல்லாம் அவனால் வாங்கப்பட்டதா? So that is passive voice, because that is in the form of passive. Okay, and like that you have a fourth one also. What is that? They grow plants. So here this is present tense. If you have a present tense, simple present tense means the structure is for that you want to use am is are plus verb 3. So object plants, because here plural. Plants are grown. Plants are grown by them, because they change as a them. Plants are grown by them. Okay, so like that you want to make a lot, you want to take a practice by using that. So you want to remember you want to remember all those rules. First you want to change object as a subject, and then you want to add the verbs. So simple present tense means am is are plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. Am is are plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. This is a structure. Okay, this is two most important. Subject plus verb 1 plus sr plus es plus object, and then while changing object comes as a verb. For present tense means am is are plus verb 3 plus by plus I subject. Okay, so this is about simple present. And then if you go to the simple past, like that means otherwise we can use a continuous tense also, present continuous, like that also we can use. So for that, present continuous, if you have a present continuous tense means, so here we want to change, we have a simple present, so that's why we are using am is are. But here in continuous tense also we have a am is are. For example, so what is the structure that for that means present continuous structure is subject plus am is or plus verb 1 plus ing plus object, is it? Plus object. So how do you change that? So object will come as a first, and while changing time also you want to add am is or. Okay, am is or. Present tense means am is or will come as first. So am is or. So here you have a ing. So then நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, verb 3 தான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணணும். பாசிவ் வாய்ஸில் யூஸ் பண்ணுறப்ப verb 3 யூஸ் பண்ணணும். அப்போ verb 3 இப்போ like that, if you have a verb play like that means played playing, அந்த மாதிரி ரெண்டு வார்த்தை வந்து ஒரு இதில் வர முடியாது இல்லையா. ஸோ தட்ஸ் வை we are using verb 3 after being. ஸோ கண்டினியூஸ் டென்ஸ்னால் அதில் ing இருக்கணும். ஸோ ஐஎன்ஜி ஃபார்மோட கண்டினியூஸ் ஃபார்ம் என்னென்னா பீயிங். ஓகே, ஸோ இங்கே வந்து நம்மளால் ரெண்டு வேர்ப் யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. அதனால் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ப்ளஸ் ஆம்இஸ்ஆர் ப்ளஸ் பீயிங் ப்ளஸ் வேர்ப் 3 ப்ளஸ் பை ப்ளஸ் சப்ஜெக்ட். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், Eliza This is first one. Eliza is singing a song. Eliza is singing a song. How do you change that means? So a song is a verb, subject here. So object. So which is comes as a subject. A song. A song. And then is only. A song is continuous tense means tense we can't change. We can't change the tense. So a song is being sung. Sing, sang, sung. Is being sung by Eliza. Okay. Sung by Eliza. Like that, Kritika is not chopping vegetables. Kritika is not chopping vegetables. So Kritika is not chopping vegetables, like that means here vegetable is here Kritika subject is not chopping verb, vegetable is object. So vegetables, now vegetables is in the subject. Okay, vegetables is in subject. Vegetables are because vegetables are plural. இங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த subject வந்து வெறும் singular-ஆ இருந்துச்சு. That's why we are using is. So by changing the time object into a subject, object வந்து subject-ஆ மாத்துறப்ப vegetables first-ல வந்தது இல்லையா? So அப்படி வரப்ப இங்க வந்து என்ன வரும்? plural-ல வந்தது. So plural means we want to use are. So vegetables are being, sorry, not being, because we want to add negative form here. So not being chopped. நம்ம third form மட்டும் தான் யூஸ் பண்ணணும். So being chopped by Kritika. Vegetables are not being chopped by Kritika. So the subject will change as a object. Okay. So Kritika is not chopping vegetables. How do you change that? Vegetables are not being chopped by Kritika. So both are same. Okay. Both are same. The meaning is same, but if you give emphasis to the subject means that you can use present tense. So that you can use active voice. But if you are giving more emphasis to the object means that you can use what? Passive forms. Okay, so these are about present continuous. And then what in present tense? And then what you have? Present perfect. And then you have present perfect. Okay, so in present tense we have a 4, is it? In present tense we have a 4, but we can change that. We can change only 3 kind of tense only into a passive voice. That present perfect continuous we can't change. So present perfect continuous we can't change. Okay, so then what you have? Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. So what is the structure for present perfect? Subject plus has or have. Has or have plus verb 3. Has or have plus verb 3 plus object. Has or have plus verb 3 plus object. So here this is a active voice straight way. Okay, present perfect tense. So but if you want to change that into an object means which is comes object as a first, and then again no need to change the tense இல்லையா? இந்த tense அப்படிங்கறத மாத்த தேவையில்ல. So that's why again have or has plus verb 3. Have or has plus verb 3. ஏன்னா already இங்க verb 3 இருக்கு. So that's why again we are using verb 3 here. And then subject will comes as a object, followed by plus subject. Okay, by plus subject. So like what? Because like what means, so if you want to get the passive voice in a correct way means you want to know the tense carefully. Without knowing the tense you can't change. Okay, so in present perfect tense how do you change? So like that, here you have one example. Nitish Nitish has challenged. Nitish has challenged her. Nitish has challenged her. Okay. So Nitish is a subject, has challenged is verb, her is object. Okay, her is object. Actually here you want to change that object as a subject. Her, how, her is object. So while changing object into a subject, her will change as a she. ஆப்ஜெக்டில் ஹரோ ஹிம்மோ வருது அப்படின்னா அதை வந்து சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறப்ப ஹாரா இருந்தால் ஷீயாவும், ஹிம்மா இருந்தால் ஹீயாவும் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணணும். ஓகே, ஸோ ஷீ ஹேஸ், ஓகே, ஷீ ஹேஸ் பீன், we want to add. Been, we want to add. Here been will come. Okay, don't forget. Been plus verb 3. Because has been challenged. She has been challenged. She has been challenged by Nitish. She has been challenged by Nitish. Because I told passive forms must have a third form of the verb. Passive forms must have a third form of the verb. So that third form of the verb for root verb. For root verb you want to have a third form of the verb. So here as per the rules of changing passive voice, have or has plus been plus verb 3. Okay, so perfect tense means perfect tense நாவே அந்த verb 3 இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். ரூல் படியே நம்ம 3 வேணும். ஸோ 2 verb 3 இதில் இருக்கணும். ஸோ ஒரு மெயின் வேர்புக்கே 2 verb 3 கொடுக்க முடியாதனால நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிடுறோம், பி ஃபார்ம் ஆப்ஸோட பாஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிசிபிள் ஃபார்மை இங்கே கொடுக்குறோம். ஸோ ஷி ஹாஸ் பீன் சேலஞ்ச்டு பை Nitish. She has been challenged by Nitish. Okay. And then in question form also you have one example here. I will write that. Have they left the, have they left the apartment? Have they left the apartment? Here what is the object? The apartment. Okay, the apartment. So apartment will comes as a object means, so subject has apartment, has apartment. Because so every answer, every questions must start with the verb only. Every question must start with the verb only. Then has apartment, that's has apartment been, because verb 3 must be that. Has apartment been left? Has apartment been left by them? By them. So here what is the meaning do you have? Have they left the apartment? அவர்கள் அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட்டை காலி பண்ணிட்டாங்களா? Have they left the apartment, like that? If you ask means what is the answer? What is the passive form? Has apartment been left by them? அந்த அப்பார்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து அவங்களால காலி பண்ணப்பட்டுச்சா? Okay, so this is the difference. Okay, have they left the apartment? How do you change that? Has apartment been left by them? So like that you can ask. Okay, so this is about present perfect tense. So again you have another one example. What does that means? She has, this masterpiece has been created by her. This masterpiece has been created, has been created by her. So actually this is passive voice. Actually this is passive voice. Then how do you change passive voice into active voice? The same rules, whatever you learn, the same rule again you want to repeat that. இப்போ வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ்லேருந்து பாசிவ் வாய்ஸில் என்ன மாத்திரப்ப என்ன பண்ணுவோம், ஆப்ஜெக்டாக சப்ஜெக்டாகவும் சப்ஜெக்ட் ஆப்ஜெக்டாகவும் மாற்றுவோம் இல்லையா. ஸோ இங்கே பை ஹர் மீன்ஸ் டெஃபினட்டாக ஷீ தான் கம்மும், ஏன்னா ஹர்னா ஷீ வில் கம்ஸ் ஆஸ் அ ஃபர்ஸ்ட். அண்ட் தென் யூ வாண்ட் டு ஃபைண்ட் வாட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஹேஸ் வந்திருக்கு, அப்போ பர்ஃபெக்ட் டென்ஸ். ஸோ ஷீ ஹேஸ் created, she has created this masterpiece. She has created this masterpiece. Actually this is very easy while changing. Okay, so if you know the rules, if you know the rules very well means it is very easy for you. And then if you have example like I have I have read the newspaper. I have read the newspaper. So here the newspaper is a object. The newspaper has been, because third form of the verb, read. So you want to pronounce that as a read only. The newspaper has been read by me, because I is here. Okay, so these are all the rules about active voice and passive voice. Okay, all those things. So how it will start? First, you want to change object into a subject. Whether you want to find whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb. Transitive verb means you want to find object. ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கண்டுபிடிச்சதுக்கப்புறம் ஆப்ஜெக்டை சப்ஜெக்டாக மாற்றணும். ஓகேவா? அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்ணால் டென்ஸ், என்ன டென்ஸ் அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சுட்டு அந்த டென்ஸை மாற்றக்கூடாது. டென்ஸ் அப்படியே தான் இருக்கணும். ஆனால் அது கூட தேர்ட் ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் த வேர்பை ஆட் பண்ணி போடணும். போட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் லாஸ்ட்டாக தான் வந்து சப்ஜெக்ட் வரும் இல்லையா? ஸோ பிஃபோர் தட் வி வாண்ட் டு ஆட் பை and while entering the object into a subject into a last, you want to consider whether the subject is a male or female like that. Female like that, you want to use her. He, him, it will change. We, us like that, it will change. Okay, so these are all about active voice, passive voice in present tenses. So in present tense, so every sentence we have 4 tenses, is it? But we have 4 tenses, but while changing active voice into a passive voice, we can use for the 3 tense only in a present tenses. Okay, so for simple present you can change active voice into a passive voice in a simple present. In a simple present you can change. So it's a subject plus verb 1 plus s plus, that is tense structure, and while changing passive voice the structure is here. Okay, so present continuous also you can change. Okay, like that, am, or plus verb 1 plus ing plus object, like that. And then present perfect tense also you can change. Present perfect also. So apart from that you have one tense. What does that means? Perfect continuous tense. But here while changing active voice into a passive voice, you can't change that present perfect continuous. You can't change present perfect continuous like that. Past perfect continuous also you can't change. Future perfect continuous also you can't change. Okay, so these are all the rules you want to keep in your minds. Okay, first if you clear in a tense means active voice and passive voice is too easy for you. In active voice doer is get more important. In passive voice action is get more important, but the meaning both are same. The meaning which is given by that sentence both are same only, but the words and the way of tone is too different. Okay, நான் பாடம் எழுதினேன், பாடம் என்னால் எழுதப்பட்டது, அது ரெண்டுக்கும் வித்தியாசம் இருக்குது. ஆனால் வார்த்தைகள் ஒன்று தான். that means that அர்த்தம் ஒன்று தான். Okay, so if you have that is called as active voice and passive voice. Okay, so if you know the rules very well means this is easy for you to understand all those things. Is it clear? Yeah, in our next class we will see what is the structure for past tense in active voice and passive voice, and future tense also we can see. Okay, thank you so much.